Fresh meat, fresh ingredients, and quick bites you can share or keep for yourself, but always leave you wanting more and more. Taco bowls you dream of, loaded with cheese, sauce, and customized the way you want it. Fiery flavors crafted with care and prepared in real time for real Tex-Mex lovers. And a menu that spans tacos, burritos, salads, and even pizza or nachos. This is Taco Cabana. We're here with Ashley Reed from Taco Cabana. Thank you so much for joining us. Is this your first podcast ever?
This is my first podcast and my first time at Food on Demand.
Amazing.
Yes.
Knocking
Two
two
for
out.
two.
Amazing. I know you've had a hectic last 24, 48 hours. So how are you feeling post Cinco de Mayo, reflecting on it a day later?
It's a lot. The whole team is exhausted. We had a record-breaking catering sales day, thanks to you guys and your partnership, delivering all these orders for us. Much appreciated.
Thanks to you.
I told Ashley that I got a text from Cody and Mitch, and it was just Mexican brands that we work with. And Taco Cabana was at the top with their delivery count yesterday, and they had them ranked in order. So Taco Cabana, our record partner for yesterday.
Yeah,
too.
honorable. Yeah, we're both breaking records on Cinco de Mayo. I think for me, I'm just kind of in a basis of generality, just starting here. I know we began working with each other last year at some point in time. The partnership's fairly new.
Yeah. Early last year, and then Ashley took over and changed the game for us.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what happened.
All right. I appreciate you giving that context. From your standpoint now and your vantage point, like, where does catering fit in the realm of operations for Taco Cabana? What is the importance level of catering for Taco Cabana?
Very important. So when we first started our catering program several years ago, we just had dedicated hub locations, and these locations executed all of our catering.
They're pumping all the food
They
out.
pumped out everything, and it wasn't sustainable long term. You had these two locations in DFW, and they're delivering orders everywhere. We knew we wanted to scale our business, but we didn't know how. We didn't have vans to put at all of our locations. We didn't have drivers. And once we realized that our catering platform had direct integrations with delivery service providers like you guys, it was a game changer, and we were able to flip the switch, and now we execute orders out of all of our locations, and we are where we are because of that change.
It's unbelievable. Something we worked with Taco Cabana directly maybe in the past, prior to Christian?
Years ago.
Years ago. I think back when I was in logistics days, I remember a point in time where we were picking up breakfast Taco Cabana deliveries. Is that still a functionality?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's our
Is
biggest
that
one.
breakfast tacos? Like, what are people getting?
Breakfast
question.
tacos. Breakfast tacos. So our dozen breakfast taco box is the most popular catering item. We actually sell them on catering and through just regular online ordering and through the drive-thru for people who just have a smaller group. Last year in 2024, we sold 1.4 million dozen boxes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Times 12.
Yeah.
So that's how
insane.
many tacos.
That's
Wow.
a lot of tacos.
A lot of tacos.
Millions of tacos.
Millions and
When it-
millions of tacos.
When it comes to what you guys offer, is your menu mostly build your own, or is it pre-built boxes like that?
I think what sets us apart is that we offer both. You can do a build your own buffet. We have the pre-wrapped grab-and-go tacos, and we also have box lunches and box breakfast meals. So really just anything you need for both breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's funny you brought up the breakfast. We had a Mexican brand stop by our booth, and they saw the case study we did with you
Oh,
guys,
yeah?
and they studied it, and they were like, "Is this breakfast?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, people do Mexican breakfast catering. And I was like, yeah, if you're not doing it, you should be.
His life just
because-
flashed before his eyes.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So most of our breakfast deliveries in Texas, Taco Cabana.
Taco Cabana.
Unbelievable.
Early in the morning.
Yeah.
6 a.m.
Very,
Yeah.
So and we're talking about like menu, like how you optimize your menu, and then we kind of scale into like what the actual offerings are. And you guys, I wasn't aware of this until we started working on the case study and we had to pull pictures and everything. You guys have these beautiful. Pink
Yes.
boxes.
Yes.
You see them in the picture, they pop off the picture, look amazing, make for an easy and quick setup. How important is the packaging level for you guys? And like, is that to sustain the heat of the food? Is it just to get it from A to B? Like, how important is the packaging for you guys?
It's a balancing act. On one hand, food quality is most important. We've done a really good job of getting our packaging where we need it to be to keep the food hot and fresh. While also our marketing team's done a great job with our packaging. It's crisp, it's pretty, our pink branding is everywhere, and it helps us out. Look, catering is free marketing, right? So you have a group of 30 people, 10 of those people have never been to Taco Cabana, they see that packaging, they have a great experience, brings in foot traffic to the stores, it's a win-win.
100%.
I'm curious about you guys going from it sounded like almost like catering hubs and restaurants. I think always toy with the idea of, do we do it at all of our locations or should we have some centralized areas? I would assume like the radius and like delivery logistics were a big part of that. But I'm curious, as you expanded it to all your stores, what are like the operational hurdles you go through and what was that transition like?
It was a difficult transition. It was, especially in the beginning, we had these hub stores that were having to deliver orders 30, 40 miles away.
Wild.
It was. And
Especially when there's a Taco Cabana on like every
Right,
corner down
everywhere,
there.
yeah.
So you can't
Yes.
miss it. There's plenty of them out there.
And this was years ago. We really weren't aware of our options with delivery service providers, so we really felt like we were stuck. And we expanded quickly, and now everything's within a 10-mile radius, which covers everywhere in every major city. So
Yeah,
everywhere. Yeah.
Where is Taco Cabana? I know this is going to be a stupid question. You're obviously well aware of this. I'm not. Is it central to just Texas right now? Are we branching out of Texas? Is there any expansion plans beyond that market?
We have 140 locations. We are all in Texas right now, and we are looking at possibly expanding. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll let her play it close to the chest
Yeah.
there.
I will.
Play
We're not going to dig any
Chest.
deeper on that. I appreciate the answer. If we dive into our partnership a little bit, obviously we just released the case study, amazing help with your team, and you obviously provided amazing quotations, showcase within that. We're talking a lot about delivery orchestration and kind of rebranding a little bit, deliver that and the services we provide to these restaurant brands. And you guys have been a big help in kind of maybe playing guinea pig a little bit to how those services actually look on the back end and how it operates. Like, what does delivery orchestration mean to Taco Cabana, and how does that actually look on a day-to-day basis for you guys?
Gosh, there's so many pieces to delivery
All
orchestration.
right, well, let's get into it.
I think
then.
most people assume that it's just guest place orders delivered, simple as that. But there's so many pieces. Even once the guest places the order, ensuring that the delivery address is accurate. Any special instructions are seen and conveyed to you all during the dispatch process. Then there's obviously the trade-off between our team and your team. There's just so many pieces to that. And with your new delivery orchestration tool that y'all worked so great with us on, we've really been able to clean up our operations when it comes to delivery. It's been great.
It's been interesting to see, like you say, guinea pig, but like truly there were some hurdles. It wasn't as easy as like, okay, so at this dollar amount, we're going to send it to another provider, right? There was support stuff that our team had to learn how to handle when you're doing that high of volume with another DSP. Then you talk about just like delivery updates, so like address updates, things like that, making sure those are being passed correctly to the DSPs that you're working with. So yeah, it's always interesting to go through those hurdles with somebody, especially somebody with the volume that you guys have, right? I think if it was somebody who had just a handful of deliveries every day, our two mistakes early on are like, pump the brakes, we can't keep doing this, as opposed to, 2 out of 100 this week went poorly.
Yeah, we can deal with that a little bit more.
We can keep working through this together and figure it out. So we appreciate the patience.
No,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying.
And I think we're really smart about it. I think we started with one market,
We
then
did,
expanded
yep.
to 2, and then 3. So it was a learning process for all of us, but it turned out great. Yeah.
And
yeah.
just for like clarification on what's actually being orchestrated, that's on demand mealtime catering. Like what in totality is being orchestrated between Deliver That and Taco Cabana?
So it's technically just catering for us. So with our catering, we have many different price points. With those grab and go tacos I was talking about earlier, those are on a lower price point. And those guests that order 4 or 5 dozen, they don't necessarily need a catering service.
Okay, that makes sense.
So while it's still technically considered a catering order for us, they don't need that level of service at delivery. And our catering managers were spending every day, they were pulling off all the orders and they were dispatching every single order to the appropriate delivery service provider. And it became very tedious and it was confusing for our operators because let's just say you have a delivery issue or you want to call and dispatch another driver, they wouldn't know who to call. So they were having to stop what they were doing. They're on the line. They don't have time for that. And they were having to go into the back office and they were having to pull up who the DSP was, call them and go through all the motions. And it was just a lot. And one day I just happened to be venting to Christian about
Bouncing
this.
ideas, bouncing problems.
And he called me a week later and he was like, hey, I have a really great idea. What if you route everything to Deliver That and let us handle the logistics of where we're going to automate orders to go, be it DoorDash for smaller orders with you all taking those larger orders. And it's been wonderful. It's been great.
I think Zach is at our booth. Will you go grab him? Thank you. Yeah, if you had somewhere to take that, sorry. I just didn't want Zach to wait.
I'm good.
No, I think that's great clarification for me because I'm
Yeah.
not the operations guy, so I'm genuinely asking these
Learning
questions.
on the
Yeah,
fly.
I literally have like
Yeah.
close to not much clue to what's happening on the
Yeah.
operations side.
I thought you were gonna play dumb enough to get her to tell you where Taco Cabana is expanding. So
No,
I
Keep-
tried.
not happening.
I certainly tried to. I think for me, I mean, we've touched on a good amount of Taco Cabana and the operations piece and the orchestration piece. A large core group of our audience is the drivers, and I really want to speak to them a little bit and give them an overview of what Taco Cabana's expectations are for these catering deliveries, what your expectations are for their appearance, for their equipment, and the setup piece as a whole. So if we start there, when a driver shows up to Taco Cabana, is there equipment standards you expect them to have, appearance or anything of that nature? Like, what are your expectations for a driver when they walk into your store locations?
I do have pretty high expectations. Look, these drivers are representing our brand. A lot of guests don't understand that that driver is not a Taco Cabana
course.
employee. And it may be the only person that they see at that, that has anything to do with their order. So appearance matters. It's so important. Making sure that trade-off happens and the full order is grabbed, not just part of the order. That happens sometimes in our world. And making sure setup looks good. I really love what sets y'all apart is that y'all have the photo feature.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's great. A lot of times a guest or call or a store team will say, I sent that. Well, let me look at the picture and I can see how it was set up and then everyone's held accountable. It's great.
What, we kind of mentioned the packaging and if it's holding the heat, if that's the purpose of it and things like that. I've taken a million brands now have the boxes, whether they're big, small, in between, whatever you have. The Deliver That bags are certain dimensions. Mm-hmm. So some of these brands, you get to the store, they have this beautiful packaging, but it doesn't fit in the insulated bags. So is there an anticipation that Deliver That drivers are still using our catering bags and their wagons? Is your food safe to travel in the boxes, or what does that look like?
Our stuff is ready to go and safe to go. We have our own big pink bags for the drivers. So the Deliver That drivers don't even necessarily need to bring in their bags. We have it packed, ready to go for them.
Perfect.
It was like our experience at True Food. And I always tell people, if you treat your catering when you're outsourcing it like a pickup order for a customer, you limit the risk tremendously, right? Like right there out of the gate. I'm not saying that the driver shouldn't be dressed professionally, shouldn't have equipment, shouldn't have the right vehicle. But if any of those things fail, you guys have set it up in a way that there is that fail safe. Everything's going to be okay. Some restaurants are scrambling. They're grabbing Home Depot boxes in the back, right, to try to piece things together. And when you have the branded boxes and the bags that aren't, costing you guys too much, so you can just give away, it goes such a long way to ensuring that things go smooth.
What if we go back to the setup piece then? We have the boxes, quick and go, easy setup. A lot of Mexican brands we've worked in the past have the racks, the chafing setup, the sternos, all that stuff. Like, do you have extensive options for your customers in that realm of things? Like, how extensive can the setup piece be with Taco Cabana, or is it always the simple boxes, drop, go, you're in, you're out?
We do offer that if needed. What we have found is by the time we arrive at delivery, like the chafing dishes, it takes about 30 minutes to heat up.
Those are some hungry
Yep.
customers.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
They're ready to go. So the majority of the time, the line's already done.
Oh, yeah.
So we're able to kind of, sway our guests in that direction. If it is more of like a wedding or like a formal event like that, we obviously will bring the chafing dishes, but most of the time, not required.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Way better than having them on every single one from the driver's
I
perspective.
can't
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
I agree. I only got like a couple little quick bite questions left in my arsenal. This should be very quick, very easy. One very simple one to start, something we talked about during the growth forum yesterday morning, was the increase in order ticket average size. They said theirs is close to like 400, 420, something like that. Over the years, I think ours has been in like the 300, 350 range. Do you know what the average catering cost is for a Taco Cabana delivery
Ours
right
is
now?
right under 300. And again, that goes back to our varying price points.
Right. You have so many offerings.
We do. And those grab and go tacos, you can feed 2 tacos to someone for $5. So it's a steal. So, yeah, right under 300.
Whatever you did for the 1.5 million 12 packs of tacos, you've priced it just right.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, people
yeah.
are
People
eager
are
and
eating it
willing. What about on the opposite side of average? Let's go to extremes. Do you know the largest catering delivery Taco Cabana has ever facilitated?
We've had a few $30,000 orders at warehouses, manufacturing.
seems to be the mark to
things.
hit.
That's the big. That's
Yeah,
the big one.
it's big. It's really big.
Was
and
that
wow.
so? Someone we just spoke to earlier this morning, they said something similar, 35,000. They said it was like a workshop shifts throughout the day.
Yep.
Was that similar in nature?
Yes, warehouses. That's where you get these orders from. They ask you to bring them in shifts for their shift workers, and which it's good because we deliver 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000, so it's not $30,000
Right.
worth of orders going out the door at the same time. But yeah, it works.
Amazing. Lastly, you got any? I got one more. You got
I'm
anything?
good. I'm
All
good.
right.
Bring us home, baby.
Last one I got is my favorite question to always ask that I like to end on. If Ashley walks into a Taco Cabana, you're getting in line as a customer, what's your order?
Ground beef double crunch pizza.
Pizza?
No, double crunch pizza.
I didn't see it coming.
What?
I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
I didn't even know pizza was an
No,
option.
I
It's
didn't
a
either.
double crunch pizza.
What does that
You can ask
mean?
it.
So it's like
It's like a
Extra
tortilla on top,
crispy?
tortilla on
it's
the
like a
bottom.
crispy shell. It's layered with beans, chipotle ranch. It's
sounds
delicious.
awesome.
No, it really is.
I have
my
goosebumps.
favorite thing.
I legitimately, you
That
can't
sounds
see
You've
it.
got to
so
but I
try
have
one.
goosebumps.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's unbelievable.
That's right up Ben's alley. He's a
Astonishing.
big Taco Bell guy.
I am a big Taco
gotcha,
Bell guy.
Right up your
Gotcha.
alley.
That's astonishing. Ashley, I thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much for the partnership on behalf of myself. I guess I'll speak for Christian in this moment.
Thank you.
But yeah, everything's been so amazing with you guys. So much collaboration and communication. It's gone so amazing. And thank you for having your first podcast with the Delivering
We
More and
did it.
Deliver That team.
We
did
did it. Thank y'all so much for
Thank
everything.
you.